What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii and I am back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And in today's video, we have a data download on the Japanese version of One Piece Treasure Cruise, and it brought along the information regarding a brand new SugoFest batch, which does include 4 rare recruit characters and a brand new SugoFest exclusive character, and that character is none other than V2 JINBE. This is going to be one of the most anticipated V2 legends. You know, it's been so long since the original release of JINBE, and ever since Whole Cake Island and the significance of JINBE in that arc, a lot of people have been wanting to see a JINBE V2 in Whole Cake Island, and we finally now have that. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down all of the new abilities, his captain ability, and his special ability of the brand new V2 JINBE. He also does have a batch, however, I won't be covering the actual batch in this video. When this eventually comes out to global, I'll probably cover it then, so that's, if you guys want to, see all the information about that, there will be a post on the Reddit that you guys can go ahead and have a look at. But in this video, I mainly just want to discuss the brand new V2 JINBE and how he impacts some of the units that we already have access to on One Piece Treasure Cruise Global. So that is going to be it, guys. Hopefully you go on to enjoy this video, and if you guys do, make sure to smack the like button down below. But without further ado, let's get into today's video. So I'd like to introduce you guys the brand new JINBE, the current captain of the Sun Pirates. He is a Dex powerhouse fighter character. What other classes is JINBE going to have? He's obviously going to be a powerhouse fighter character, and at max level, at level 99, with max limit break, his HP is 4,198, attack power of 1,792, and recovery of 348, with obviously 55 cost and also 5 socket spots, like most other SugoFest exclusive characters. So let's go ahead and get straight into discussing the brand new V2 JINBE's captain effect. So his captain effect states that you need to have at least 1 strength, 1 dex, and 1 psi unit in order to fully activate the captain effect. So once you have a strength, dex, and psi character on your crew, he will boost strength, dex, and psi characters by 4 times attack, as long as they have a matching orb or a beneficial orb. If they do not have a matching or beneficial orb, he'll only boost their attack by 3 times instead. He also boosts the HP of strength, dex, and psi characters by 1.35 times as well. And on top of this, to finish it off, he also makes dex orbs, recovery, and tandem orbs count as matching for strength, dex, and psi characters. Now, we're not too sure how this is actually going to work in-game and how effective this is going to be, but looking on paper, just looking at what he does, he's a very, very good captain. I mean, unconditional 3 times attack all the time, and with the fact that his captain effect already makes 3 of the 7 natural orbs matching, as well as, you'll have sailor effects that will enable more matching orbs as well, you're going to be getting a lot of opportunities to get that 4 times attack boost, and obviously on those burst turns, you're going to be having the, the maximum boost. The only thing that JINBE is really going to struggle against is debuffs that will basically give you negative orbs. Certain bosses will give you, so that all type orbs are counted as negative. Those sorts of debuffs are the only thing that are really going to hinder JINBE's ability to do damage, but still a very, very solid captain effect. And I love the fact that he also boosts HP by 1.35. That's actually quite substantial, and with the characters these days with limit breaks and candies, this crew is going to have close to 40,000 HP, maybe even more than that. This is going to be an absolutely crazy team, and can't wait to see people use this over on JP and see how people will abuse this captain effect and what type of units they're actually going to be bringing in terms of strength, dex, and psi units in order to actually use this team as a whole. But the more interesting thing is actually his special ability. So we're not too sure at this current time what his starting cooldown is and what his natural maxing cooldown is, but we do know that he does have cooldown reduction in his limit break, and he will eventually go down to a 12-turn cooldown. He will go ahead and cut all enemies' HP by 20%, and on top of that, he boosts the attack of strength, dex, and psi characters by 1.75 times for 1 turn. However, that boost can go all the way up to 2.25 times attack boost to strength, dex, and psi if your crew has one of each of these orbs. You need to have a strength orb, a dex orb, a quick orb, a psi orb, an int orb, and a recovery orb exactly on your crew. So with your 6 characters on your crew, each one of those characters needs to have a different orb, all of the type orbs, plus a recovery orb. And if you have that condition fulfilled, you can go ahead and get a 2.25 times attack boost to the strength, dex, and psi characters. But then on top of this, because of that condition, he also makes type slots count as matching for that one turn as well. So essentially, if you do have the ability to get one of each of these colored orbs and a recovery orb, you're going to have a full board of matching orbs and a 2.25 attack boost and a 20% health cut to all enemies. Now, as soon as people started to figure out what this guy actually did, one character that came to mind, funnily enough, one character that came to mind that actually fits really well on a JINBE team is going to be the Clash or the Raid Heracles. Now, this is a character that came out all the way back in like 2015, 2016-ish, so it's been an extremely long time since this guy's been in the game. And that character in particular, if you guys don't know, he has a very obscure special ability, and not too many characters, or not many crews can actually abuse him. But the way that he works is he will give you a full board of random colored orbs, either strength, dex, psi, quick, all of those colored orbs, and a recovery orb. So he gives you one of each of those orbs plus the recovery orb, and then you can switch your orbs around 3 times. Now, he actually fits so amazingly because Heracles himself is a psi character, so you can chuck him on the team, and that is guaranteed to let you get the full condition of JINBE's special ability. Now, he's obviously going to be a really nice unit to use if you don't have some of the other rare recruits from this batch, because JINBE's new batch will enable him to actually fulfill this condition in order you to get that 2.25 times attack boost. So obviously, if you have all of the new batch, it's going to fit really, really well. But if you don't have that, then obviously Heracles is going to be a pretty decent choice as well. Now, one major downside to this JINBE as well is the fact that when I looked at what his potential abilities are with his limit break, he gets the 3 potential abilities. One of them is going to be quick damage reduction, the second one is int damage reduction, and his final one is orb seal. So unfortunately, JINBE did get the raw end of the stick, the fact that he actually has 2 defensive sockets for his potential ability. Now, only characters that are dual units typically have 2 shield potential abilities. So I don't know why they decided to give JINBE these 2 specific abilities. I mean, it's nice he does have orb seal, so you can enable yourself, to get those matching orbs, of course. Orb seal is always really good on orb reliant captains, of course. But the fact that he only has that and then 2 other defensive effects, I'm not too sure what the theory is behind that. But I mean, it is what it is. He has 2 defensive potential abilities. But that is going to pretty much fully conclude this video, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, and let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section on what you guys think about the brand new V2 Legend JINBE in comparison to some of the other characters that have come out recently in terms of SugoFest exclusive characters. We've had characters like Shiki, who also was a color boosting captain, and we've had Marco Whitebeard. We've had a couple of other color boosters relatively recently, but I think JINBE is actually a really nice call. I don't really understand the decision behind him being a strength, dex, and psi specific booster. I think that's a little strange. I don't really understand why, but I do think that in terms of a captain and what kind of teams you can build with him, I actually think JINBE is a much better captain than Shiki in comparison, who is one of the more relatively recent color captains in comparison. I do think JINBE is actually a really solid unit, and with the fact that JINBE has come out now, this does open the door to more potential Whole Cake Island characters that could be getting SugoFest exclusives in the future. Definitely a fan favorite that would love to come out would be Capone. Now, I really hope Capone gets a legend relatively soon. As we know, shooters are they are the weakest class in the game, hands down, by far. Shooters have not had any direct support for such a long time, bar a couple of units here and there, but for the most part, they have not had a dedicated SugoFest batch for an extremely long time. And I do hope that Legend Capone, with the whole Whole Cake Island theme that we've had recently with Big Mom and Brooke and all of that, I do sincerely hope that we do get Legend Capone sometime soon, and hopefully that will happen. But anyways, guys, that is going to conclude this. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, and if you guys did enjoy it, make sure to go ahead and smack the like button down below. And if you want to stay up to date with all of the content I post on my channel, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I will see you guys within the next video.